This is Support is Sexy, episode 81, Giving Up What You Have to Have What You Don't. Welcome to the Support is Sexy podcast. I'm your host, Elayne Fluker, entrepreneur, author, producer, and founder of Chic Rebellion Media. 5 days a week, Monday through Friday, I talk to women entrepreneurs who share their journeys and the true stories of their wins and their lessons, and give you insight and inspiration to take your business and your life to the next level. Here we go. Hi, everyone. Welcome to a new episode of Support is Sexy. I'm so excited to have you here. As you know, it just would not be the same without you. So if you are listening to this in real time, today is Monday, October 24th, 5 days countdown until I move from New York to Atlanta. Big move for me, something I've been, as you know, if you've been listening, talking about quite a bit. And now that it's in the final crunch time, the movers are coming in a couple days and I fly out on Saturday. I'm feeling really excited about it, about this idea of something new, experiencing something new. There's still a bit of nervousness because, you don't know exactly if you're going to like it, how it's going to work out, that kind of thing. But I think it will be fun, and I know it will be great for me to be around family, reset a little bit, start again, really just move forward in a positive way from a different space. Not that anything negative was going on here in New York. New York is fabulous, but just change things up a little bit. And I've been talking to people, of course, a lot of friends have been asking me about the move and the reason and what I think about it or why I even thought of it. And one of the things I shared when I was talking to a friend the other day was something I learned actually in Momentum, which is a personal development workshop that I attended last year, 2015, during the summer. Fantastic. Actually, from February into the summer. Something I love, I talk about often. I think the website is momentumeducation.org if you want to check it out. I'll put the actual link in the show notes, but I think that's what it is. In any case, in Momentum, we learn a lot of different tools and different things and exercises you go through to sort of shift your mindset a little bit. And one of the many fabulous tools was this idea that you have to have a willingness to give up what you have to have what you don't. Willingness to give up what you have to have what you don't. And that is something I shared with my friend who I was speaking to recently about the move. And I said that was honestly one of the things that came to my mind when I thought about this sort of tightness around being nervous about giving up the place in New York and what am I going to do? And I'm afraid to move and what's going to happen? What if I don't like it? Atlanta isn't New York, even though Atlanta is fabulous and all these other things. But then I had to have the moment of, look, what do you want? Starting from that space first. What do you want and why? Something I talk about in Brave Decisions. What do you want and why? Okay, being closer to family, having the ability to really focus on my business, decreasing my expenses drastically, having a new space to be creative, being around different people. All of those things are things that I really want to have at this stage in my life. And the why of why it's important to me is because I'm really focused on growth right now in the business, personally, all these different ways. And I want to be in a space where I can just focus on that. In addition to being connected to people that I love, being around family, having that energy and that kind of thing. And as my friend Erica says, for now is not forever. So who knows how long this period of time will be, but for now, this feels like the right thing. And what I was willing to give up to have what I want, I was willing to give up my apartment in New York, living in New York, period, the convenience of New York because I walk, run, ride the train everywhere. That won't be possible where I'm going in Atlanta. You have to drive mostly everywhere. But still, there was a willingness to give up what I have to have what I want. In New York, connections to certain friends or access to certain events and that kind of thing. Willing to give that up in order to go be around a different set of people, have access to other kinds of things, to even not know. Willingness to even not know what's going to happen, to just experience it and see what it's all about. So I share that with all of you to say, what are you willing to give up in order to have what you don't? Willingness to give up what you have to have what you don't. Have you given that any thought? Something you should think about, something you should consider, especially if you're thinking about going after something bigger or going after something new or doing some kind of change or something like that, that requires a bit of a shift, whether that's in your mindset, a physical shift like a move, any kind of change or something that's going to push you outside of where you currently are. Usually you have to give up something in order to make that change. Not that it has to be some huge sacrifice or some, big drastic adjustment in your life, but usually I think most of us, and I know I've been guilty of this at times, are holding on to things so tightly, afraid to lose the things that feel familiar or the space that we feel comfortable or the things that we already have. And then it doesn't leave space for the new things to come in. As they say, you have to create space. You have to create space for new things, new experiences, and all of that. If you're blocked and rigid and not fluid at all and keeping things in just because you're afraid that you're going to lose what you currently have, the things that you want, the things that you want to experience, the things that you want to create don't have space to come in. So you have to be willing to give up what you have to have what you don't. And in some ways that might be a sense of security, even though I believe security is often false in a lot of different ways. But in some ways that might be giving up some sense of security to go experience something that you don't know exactly how it's going to go. You don't know how it's going to work out. And honestly, that's just life, right? None of us knows exactly how it's going to work out. But again, you have to be willing to give something up in order to have what you don't. So to start your week off, I wanted to share that with you, have you guys think about that, and let me know what you think. If there's something you're going through or changing or going after, and you're thinking about giving up one thing in order to experience another. And this isn't just to say, this isn't an idea of having to do without something. It's, again, creating space for something new to come in. That's what the mindset is. That's what the focus is. So if you want to get in touch with me, you can email me, Elayne at elaynefluker.com. You know I love to hear from you. I really appreciate you guys listening to all the interviews, all the stories, and just everything that's being experienced right now. The podcast continues to grow, which is fantastic. I'm very excited about, and it's making me want to put even more energy into it and making it better and better. And also, I would love for you guys to continue to support by subscribing to the podcast, not just listening to it, which is fantastic, but make sure you subscribe so you don't miss an episode, you get the downloads, and it helps the podcast continue to grow. I would really appreciate that. Another thing is, if you want to see past episodes with me or with the many wonderful guests that I've interviewed more than 60 women at this point, which is just amazing to me. And I've learned so much from all of them. So you can go to supportissexypodcast.com. Again, supportissexypodcast.com and check out previous episodes there. You could also subscribe to the email list. I also have a free audio training that you can download. So a lot of things you can do within that space. Just experience it all, see what's there, see what's to your liking, see what is there to support you. All right, so thank you so much for listening. I appreciate you guys. I'll talk to you again tomorrow. But for now, you know what to do. Go out there and create something sexy, and I'll talk to you soon. Take care.